Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another Bugrock of the Week episode. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting new bug having to do with farmer villagers infinitely duping bread. Now on the surface, this bug is kind of just like, woo, infinite bread. What am I going to do with 3 whole double chests of bread? I have no idea whatsoever. But honestly, this bug has a lot of very industrial uses, and I would encourage you to maybe take advantage of it in your world while it's still around. Before we hop into this bug in its entirety, thank you all very much for the support on the first episode of this series, where we covered broken nether portals and how they can send you thousands of blocks in the wrong direction or end up killing you or abandoning you without a portal. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out because that bug is extremely common and you're likely to find out the hard way that it exists. So just kind of more of a PSA really. But again, thank you all very much for the support on that episode. If you guys want to help support the series, then leaving a like is a great way to do so. And let's just hop into the bug, shall we? So the first thing that we should cover with this bug is replicating it in your world, and it's actually like extremely easy. This is probably the easiest thing I have ever done with villagers on the entire Bedrock edition of Minecraft. Literally, the easiest thing. So you basically just need yourself a setup like this. Basically, one villager is going to be going down here, and then one more villager is going to be going up top and here. And basically, that can be any villager of your choice, but this needs to be a brown coat. So a Fletcher, a fisherman, or a actual farmer villager. From there, you basically just want to power the hopper that the guy is standing on, and then throw him a minimum of 21 wheat so that he can actually craft some bread and start throwing it. And that is literally all there is to it. One thing that could mess up this bug is if you have a village nearby. So like we have a village over there, although that's in unloaded chunks. So these guys typically will not pick up food for quite a while if there's a village nearby, but they'll pick up food instantly if there's not a village. Really counterintuitive and probably a bug in itself. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If they're not picking up food, just try and keep trying. We also have this trapdoor here so that when you go to unload this area, you can actually, make him stop producing bread. It's also just a simple off switch. And that is pretty much it. If you unload this guy while he is throwing bread, it can actually break it. Not entirely sure the mechanics behind that, but he actually starts holding a piece of bread, and that apparently breaks this little system. But yeah, just by turning it off before you unload the chunks, super easy way to avoid that. Now you can set this up with 4 farmer villagers, and as you can see, this is basically a constant flow of bread. It's actually backed up all of our chests. But yeah, constant flow of bread. So a really good source of food early game. With this particular setup right here, I've had this going for about 2 hours, and I've never seen this guy pick up a piece of bread. If he did get some bread, then these guys would actually stop throwing to him. So this seems to be completely reliable. And to turn this off, you basically just flick the lever, and that'll close the trapdoors, meaning that these guys will stop throwing. Super simple. But if you don't like them actually throwing bread, if you don't want those extra entities, I guess, then what you can do is put some hopper minecarts in the blocks below them. These guys are actually throwing bread, but the hopper minecarts pick it up before the bread even like renders or even exists, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, this thing, it does produce quite a bit of bread. It's actually all the way backed up. We might see some going through here, yeah. So a lot of bread very easily. It's kind of ridiculous. So infinite bread is all well and good, but what about actually putting this to some use? Well, if you use this bug in a villager breeder, it's actually an infinite villager breeder, so these guys basically just keep producing food because they're duping it, and then they just keep on producing babies. So in each one of our breeding cells right here, we have 1 farmer type villager and then 1 non-farmer villager, and this just keeps on pumping out the babies. I've seriously been here for 2 hours. I gave each one of these guys 21 wheat, and they have just kept going for basically ever. But if we pop through to the Nether, you can see that, yeah, we have a lot of villagers. Kind of ridiculous. And with infinite villager breeders comes infinite witch farms. So if you do this bug with a villager breeder that you then use for a witch farm, you basically get infinite baby villagers forever that you can then churn into witches using a channeling trident. And yeah, I need to say no more for you to understand just how useful this bug actually is. It's seriously very nice. Just look how many babies we're getting out of this. All of this is completely free besides the initial input of wheat into the farm. Really cool. And from just a couple minutes of using a 25 pair villager breeder, you can get a ridiculous amount of witches and a ridiculous amount of gunpowder as well. Seriously overpowered, and this is why this bug is bug of the week. I did forget to mention that the farmer villagers that you use for this bug need to have an empty inventory, and the bait villager that you use, the villager that the farmers are throwing to, needs to have an empty inventory as well. And to get clean inventory villagers, you can actually use my villager breeder. It's one of the few clean villager breeders on Bedrock at the moment. Now, if you guys want to vote on this bug and hopefully get it fixed in the future, then I will link to the bug report down in the description. And please do let me know your thoughts about this bug as well, and what you're going to use this for in your world in the comment section. I'm curious to hear what uses you guys have for this. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. I will see you down in the comment section and in the next video. And then there was silence.